Okay, let's get right into it. On Friday, January 30th, 2026, something happened in the tech world that people immediately started calling the SaaS apocalypse. And no, it wasn't a bug or some massive hack. It was just a simple product release that sent a shockwave through the entire software industry. So, what on earth actually happened? Let's unpack it. In just one single day of trading, this is the amount of value that was just vaporized from software, legal tech, and financial services stocks. $285 billion, just gone. The panic was obviously immediate and it was brutal. But the question is, what could possibly trigger a sell-off that huge? And this quote from a JP Morgan analyst, Toby Ogg, it just perfectly captures the mood, right? The market wasn't just reacting. It felt like it was passing a sentence. But a sentence for what crime? And that's really the core of what we're going to dig into, why one single AI tool made investors completely rethink the value of an entire industry. All right, so first, let's just look at the immediate damage. Who got hit and just how bad was it? Wow. The thing that's so striking here is just how wide the blast radius was. This wasn't just contained to one little niche. The market saw a direct threat to legal tech, absolutely hammering companies like LegalZoom and Thomson Reuters. But the fear spread, hitting workflow tools like DocuSign, creative powerhouses like Adobe, and even the king of business software itself, Salesforce. The message from Wall Street was crystal clear. Nobody is safe. This was a fundamental crisis of confidence. Now, to really get why this happened, we first need to understand the business model that AI is suddenly threatening. For the last 2 decades, SaaS has been the tech industry's golden goose. Put simply, SaaS, or software as a service, is basically the subscription model we all know and live with now. Instead of buying a piece of software once on a CD, companies pay a recurring fee, monthly or yearly, to use it online. And this created super predictable, stable revenue that investors, well, they absolutely loved it. And the whole playbook was just beautifully simple. You'd price your software on a per seat or per user basis. This gave you that predictable recurring revenue, which meant you could value companies based on a pretty simple multiple. But the entire model, the whole golden goose, it rested on one single crucial assumption, that as a company grew and hired more people, it would have to buy more software licenses. And then, just like that, in a single day, that core assumption got completely shattered. Let's look at the catalyst that brought the whole system crashing down. So, the trigger was the AI developer Anthropic. You probably know them for their Claude chatbot, releasing a tool called Claude Cowork. Now, this is not just another chatbot that answers your questions. It's an agentic AI. And what that means is it can autonomously perform complex, multi-step tasks. It can read your files, it can draft documents, and it can automate entire workflows with very little human help. And this right here, this is the fundamental shift that sent Wall Street into a total panic. You see, the old view was that AI was an assistant, a cool feature that software companies could add to their products to help us humans be a little more efficient. The new reality, the one presented by Claude Cowork, is AI as a worker, an agent that can complete entire tasks all by itself, potentially replacing the need for the human user, and of course, their per-seat software license. All of a sudden, AI wasn't just a feature anymore. It was a direct competitor. This one shift in thinking suddenly opened up a future with a totally different set of economic rules for the entire software industry. I love this metaphor from a recent AlixPartners report. It just perfectly describes the problem. AI technology is advancing at this incredible pace. The engine is more powerful than ever. But our business strategies, the way we actually harness that power to make money, we're the drivers who just can't handle the speed yet. And this creates what the report calls the AI productivity paradox. On paper, these AI tools are delivering massive productivity boosts. We're talking 20, 30% in some cases. That means a company could get the same work done with 30% fewer people, or get 43% more work done with the same team. But here's the paradox. Most companies aren't seeing their costs go down or their revenues go up. All that value is just disappearing into a black hole of inefficiency. And the market has responded to all this uncertainty with incredible speed. Just 8 months ago, the average software company was valued at 39 times its future earnings. As of February 2026, that number has been slashed almost in half, down to 21. This is the fastest, sharpest valuation collapse the industry has seen since the dot-com bubble burst back in 2002. It's a really big deal. So the crucial takeaway is this: the old SaaS model is broken. For 2 decades, software revenue was tied directly to the number of human employees a company had. AI agents just snapped that link in half. Productivity is no longer coupled to headcount, and the entire financial foundation of the software industry has been thrown into chaos. So, is this really it? Is it the end for software as we know it? Or is there a path forward? Let's take a look at how companies might actually survive this AI reckoning. Of course, not everyone is hitting the panic button. NVIDIA's CEO Jensen Huang called the whole sell-off the most illogical thing in the world, and his argument is pretty simple. AI agents aren't going to reinvent the wheel. Why would an AI build a new screwdriver when a perfectly good one already exists? The idea is that AI will just become a power user of the software we already have, not its replacement. And, it's a powerful counterargument. But even if Huang is right, there's a deeper problem. According to Alex Partners, the real barrier holding back widespread AI adoption isn't its technical skill. It's our ability to trust it. Before any company is going to hand over critical business functions to an AI agent, they have to know they can verify, govern, and audit every single thing it does. And this lack of trust isn't just a feeling, it has real, tangible costs that the report calls the trust tax. It shows up as project delays from endless security reviews. It's the high cost of having humans manually double-check all the AI's work. And it's the huge security risks that come from employees using unapproved shadow AI tools. It's a real, quantifiable drag on the whole promise of AI. And this slide just shows you how massive that shadow AI problem really is. A jaw-dropping 90% of AI tools being used in companies right now have no official IT approval. This is not a small-scale issue. 80% of organizations have already had negative data incidents because of it, and 81% of employees don't even know what their company's official AI policy is. The trust deficit is real, and frankly, it's dangerous. So, the solution might be to stop treating trust as a legal checklist and start treating it as a core product feature. Companies need to build what's being called trust as a product. This means building things like verifiable identity systems for AIs, strong safety guardrails, and complete audit trails so customers can actually see and depend on how the AI works. Which leaves us with this final, really provocative question. For 50 years, we've thought of software as a tool that people use to do their jobs. But the SaaSpocalypse suggests we are entering a brand new era. What happens to the world when software is no longer a tool for humans, but a platform for autonomous AI agents to do the work themselves? That's the billion or maybe even trillion-dollar question the entire tech industry is now scrambling to answer.